Hey everyone, welcome back to Beekeeping Like a Girl, or welcome to, if you are new, I'm Natalie, and today we are moving our double nuke boxes into 10 frames. So we are going to move these hives to another bee yard. So this whole thing down here is just temporary, just from keeping it from rocking a little bit. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to take the lid off. So there's two colonies in both sides, so there's one here and one over here, and they actually have a super on right now. So let's see if they're starting to fill it. There's a lot of bees down in there. It's got a little bit of a weight to it. Let's see if there's any. Oh yeah, they started filling that. It's a reflection. Wow, they filled that a lot. I say this a lot, but I need to check another frame because I'm curious. Wow, that looks really good. That's exciting. So, since both sides are starting to fill it, what I'm going to do is move them both into a 10 frame, and then they'll both get a super. But because they're two sides, I'm going to take half of it and put it in another super, and then take the other half and put it in another, just so it's even. But let's go ahead and take this off. Queen of scooters can be fun to take off sometimes. Just like that. It kind of pops and then all the bees get mad at you, so that's always fun. So we're going to start with this side, and I'm going to move them into this 10 frame box, and then we're going to do the other side and put it right here, and we're going to get them as close together as possible, but they should find their way in because one entry is on this side, the other is on this side. But we'll show you afterwards how it'll all turn out. So I'm going to take this feeder out first. I'm gonna check the frames as I move it over just to see what they look like. That middle part is all filled with eggs. Same thing over there. So I'm basically just gonna start moving it over. I'm also going to keep most of the brood, I'm going to keep the brood in the middle, and then all the food is going to go on the outside, if it isn't already. Alright, so there's brood on here, going to put that in the middle. Wow, look at all that brood. That looks great. The other side isn't as full, but she has already started to lay all this up. So there was only 3 frames in the top box because there was a feeder. So now I'm just going to go down to the bottom box. And there's bees in there, so I will shake that into there afterwards. I'm going to try and just scrape some of this comb without harming the bees. Bunch of larvae in there. Alright, so now I'm just going to start checking some of these frames. That looks good. I smashed some of that drone larva, or brood. Lots of brood in here. It's a good patch of brood there. Over here too. Kind of looking for the queen a little bit. I don't think I'll be able to find her. That was the last frame. I didn't see her, but probably just missed her. Now, one thing we struggled with a little bit with these double nuke boxes is there's this little gap where you can't fit a frame. So there's just enough space where they'll build wax. And right here you can see they've built quite a bit of wax right here, or a good amount. And that's where it comes, where the queen could be there and then she could get smashed. So I always make sure to check it to see if the queen is on there. It looks like they've actually made a little cup right here too. There's some more wax on this side too. Not very many bees on it though, so I'm going to take this off. Okay, I'm just going to kind of smoke them out of it a little bit. So she did lay in it. So I'm just gonna scrape all of this off. So that's where when we see eggs now, and it looks really good, we'll come back in a couple days and make sure that she is in that box. Just because I didn't see her, we want to make sure that she made it over safely. So we'll just check for eggs in a couple days and see if she is in there. I didn't see her in here, but I will just take a quick look again. So another problem with these is this box down here is connected to both sides. These ones aren't. So it makes it really easy to shake these, but the bottom box makes it kind of hard to shake the bees that are left over and shake them into the other side. So I'm going to move this colony into their box, and then I'll try and get those bees out. I typically will just take my smoker and really smoke them, and they'll eventually all come out and find their way back into their other hive, or this box at least. So yeah, I'm going to quickly move them over, and then we will come back when I'm done. Alright, so we're back. Just a little recap on what we did. We went ahead and took both of the feeders out and replaced it with 2 drawn comb frames. Make sure you don't, if you have your honey on the outside, make sure you don't put them on the other side of the honey. You want to put it on the inner side, because the queen typically won't go past the honey to lay. So we did the same thing with this one. We just took the feeder out, replaced it with 2 drawn combs so she can start laying in that right away. And then we put this super on, and I'm going to show you what we did with that. So first what we're going to do is put our queen excluder on. And then we're going to take the super and put it right here. So what I did was take the frames that were on this side and had honey in it and put it in this super, and then replace it with just other drawn comb. So I'm going to take the honey and put it right in the middle. And then I'm going to put more frames right here on the outside. We're doing 9 frames, and then just going to separate them out a little bit. Just like that, and then hopefully they'll start to fill that, and then we're basically just going to put them back together. I'm going to put this lid on. I'm not sure if it will fit. It does. I wasn't sure if there was enough room on this side over here. It's kind of on weird. Well, I'll fix that in a second. But that's pretty much it. We're going to strap them up, take them to another bee yard, and then they will be set to go. So that's all we're doing with our double nuke boxes, and we'll do that with some more of them. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Follow along for more bee adventures, and be here next time on Beekeeping Like a Girl.